Okay, good welcome everybody. This morning, it's November 4th, and it's 11 a.m. Central Time, and we are with the AI We Care team user group from Nowsite's weekly meeting. And welcome to everyone who is here with us this morning in person and those who may be watching this video. Thank you for taking your time to invest in Nowsite to learn how to use this tool to build more business for you, whether it's as an affiliate or for your primary business that you're trying to bring more customers or clients in. So again, your host, and I never usually do this, but our hosts this morning are myself, Steve Patterson, and my cohort in crime, Mary Bird, here, and we manage this for you guys. And the whole purpose of this meeting is, as we say, we care because, Mary?
We care about how you market your business.
Right. And we want to be your resource for everything Nowsite. So what this group about is to teach everybody how to use the tools, keep them updated on changes, modifications to the platform, and strategies to use it to build your business. So as usual, we'll start off with Mary this morning, and I'll let her drive before she tells me to.
And I wasn't going to drive today, but that's okay.
And we'll go ahead and update the things that have happened in the past 7 days. Go ahead, Mary.
Okay. Sorry. I've been sideswiped for the last week. So what I was going to start with was we had a question before the meeting.
There you go. Let's do that.
About how you can have family members in Nowsite. So I'm going to start at the beginning again and try and go through this layer by layer. Stop me if you have any questions. You're an affiliate with a company. They ask that you not have a spouse in the company as well underneath you. If you do want a spouse in the company, then they need to be sponsored by your sponsor. Okay, so that you're not earning extra money from your spouse's line should they decide to recruit. Okay, my very first day, I put my husband in as a customer only. He's not an affiliate. He's never going to recruit anybody. I did it for his landing page and his email campaign for his business. Because basically, I didn't want to see his customer list come in and me have to attend to his and to attend to mine at the same time. We have two different businesses. So I can't have him recruit people underneath him because I sponsored it. Okay. And the reason why you don't want to do that is Cheryl and Justin do in-person visits around the world. Okay. We have a little snippet of something coming to Houston in December. So as a side dart, write down December 1st afternoon, and then we'll have more information about that. But as they come around, they want to get to know you. They want to get to know who you are, who your family is. But the other thing is, in the commission structure line, you have your level 1 commission and your level 2 commission. Okay, those are your first two levels of people that you've recruited or that they have recruited. Okay, until you build up, and I don't have the number on the top of my head, until you build up enough, you don't earn an override on your levels 3 through infinity until you, I believe, have 5 people making $100.
That's correct.
Okay, so when you have the 5 people making $100, everybody that your second line has recruited from there, you're going to get compensated on every month. Okay, but you need 5 $100 earners or more in your month. They're asking it not to be a spouse. If you want to put your kids in the business, they're in a different household, put your kids in the business. Okay, that's a legacy left for them. But as far as you go, don't put a spouse in. Now, if you're not married and you're dating, that's a totally different arrangement. You're not with the same last name. You're not connected in that form. Even though it may be common law, you're not doing something unethical in the network marketing theory. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And as a side note, Mary, they are going to be expanding in your back office for where you earn and refer on your dashboard. you're going to be able now to see below your level 2. That's coming soon, where you're going to be able to see all the way down on that. Do you have a slide for that, Mary?
I'm looking, just a second. I was looking to see if it's done this morning. I know they were doing a lot of updates yesterday in the system.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is not back here yet.
But it is coming soon. They
It's
actually,
coming soon.
yeah, they actually showed us
Yes,
a
I am going to share.
screenshot of what it looked like.
Okay, so as I was saying over here, you could earn 17 to 30%, and this is on the compensation plan in your back office. Okay. So you come down to the refer and earn tab right down here, which would either be above your initials or your picture if you've updated it. Okay. And you could come down here. Depending on the number of people that you have on your front line, depend on how much commission you get on your second line. Okay, so if you have 5 active frontline commission, talk in a minute. On your first level, you have 5 people. You have 20% commission. If you have 4, you're getting 17%. But however, if you have 40 frontline people to you, you're getting a matching 30%. So your level 1 is 30% and your level 2 is 30%. Okay. Here is where the additional influencer income comes from, okay? Because now you're outside of that circle. You can earn up to 3% on your levels 3 through infinity, okay? Now, people who sign out of Nowsite and say they leave for 6 months, if they send an email to support again and say, hey, I want to start my account back up again, they come right back into where they were in your platform. If they use the same email address, if they use a different email address, then they go under whoever sponsored them at that point. Okay. So I always tell you, you're not going to skin your knees with me or with Steve. You're going to find out there are loopholes, and we'll explain what the loopholes are because we've already run into those problems already. So if somebody's in the organization in Nowsite, they leave, they send Nowsite an email back, says, I want back in, I want to turn back on my account. They're going to come back where they were. Okay. If that's on your level 1, your level 2, or your level 30, doesn't matter. It's still going to come back into your tree. Okay. So when you have 4 affiliates that are earning $100, then you'll get 6, 9, and 12. So you can get that extra 3% for the entire generation. Okay. And they've just changed that to 4. No, I'm sorry. They've kept that at 4. The other one is 5. So 4 affiliates making $100, 6, 9, and 12. Okay. So your ideal platform, if you're going to look at this as starting today, you want to make sure that you're on the top of the pie chart. You want 40 frontline people to you. You build your 40 out, and then you can start helping them build theirs. Or you can build at the same time, but your ideal goal is to get 40 across, so you're getting 30% on your level 2s.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can take that in bite-sized pieces, and we recommend that. So 5 more, 10 more. Follow the path here on the chart, okay? 5, 10, 20, 30, and 40. If you eat the elephant, you do it 1 bite at a time. You don't go, oh, I just got to go find 40 people. Well, that's great if you have the database to do that. If you don't have the database to do it, take the small bite-sized pieces and you can get there, we promise you. And we will be here to help you do that. You just have to tell us what your goals are and what time frame you want to work on. and we'll lay the game plan out for you.
Mary, I got a question. It's Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, if a person leaves like that and comes back in a month or 3 months or whatever, do they come back in at the current rate, the monthly fees, or do they come back under whatever fees they were under?
No, they come back at the current rate.
That's what I
And
thought.
anything that they had in their package prior to it that was grandfathered in is lost.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thanks.
Mhm.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Bob.
Any questions? More questions?
No, and like Mary said, we're here to help you. I mean, especially if you're new at this and you don't have any experience and you have somebody you think would be interested, just reach out to Mary and I. Go to the resource page at aiwecareteam.now.site and go to our Calendarly links, look and see where we're available, and book a 45-minute Nowsite demo or training session with us. And we'll be more than happy to onboard them for you and get them started. In talking about onboarding, there was a lot of discussion about that this morning in the Now Club call.
Mhm.
And like I said, I really like the direction they're going right now with this $99 special and the new dashboard that when people sign up will show their progress on where they're going. Because the nerds will help you build your website, your email campaign, social media message. They'll help you along all the way, and it shows steps along the dashboard across it. And we really encourage that anybody that you actually sign up going forward, that they participate in that program and follow it all the way across. And once they finish that, if they feel like they need additional help or assistance, invite them to this group or whatever, and they can ask Mary and I, and we can take you over to the next level of what you need to do. The other thing we'll be sharing with you here in the next coming weeks is Mary and I are both attending, and I believe Catherine's also in the group,
Mhm.
the advanced training sessions right now to take you to the next level. I have to say that they've been very good. I've been very impressed with it. I've got a great accountability partner. It's not Mary.
Which is not me.
And
But that's okay. All three of us have great accountability partners.
Yep. And it's really making me think through the process of really streamlining my sales funnel. And I think after we share some of the stuff that we're learning with you, I think it'll also help you as well. And then we'll probably start doing some videos on that, or share some on that in the resource center on those different for more training on this. You can never, as far as I'm concerned, you can never get enough training. You can never get enough education. Life is awfully boring if you're not dedicated to lifelong learning. It doesn't stop when you get that piece of paper from high school or college. I mean, it goes on the rest of your life. And if you don't, you're doing yourself a disservice. And research has now showed it will also stave off dementia.
Oh, yay.
If that isn't enough of a motivator, I don't know what is to do that on that. But yeah, so the training's been really good. So again, make sure that anybody that you do sign up underneath you does get engaged right away, does follow through, hold their hand a little bit if you have to get them through. Now, there was also some interesting discussion on the Now Club this morning call about who is a Nowsite user and who should you recruit, which was very good, very much in-depth conversation. And I was glad to hear Justin and I agree on a lot of things. When I trained sales forces or ran group marketing groups in the newspaper business, I always rewarded those who were my top performers with further education, because I believe privilege is something that's earned. Plus, in any organization, anybody knows this, your top 20% bring in 80% of your revenue.
Mhm.
So I've always thought, if you really want to be a player and you're really serious about sales, you need to earn that after you've done with basic training. Anything you're finished with after that needs to be earned. you really want to do. So if you have to, and basically what the synopsis of the conversation was, if you have somebody that you have to try and convince to sign up for Nowsite, drop them like a hot potato because they don't see the need. If they don't see the need, that means they don't want to learn. And if they don't want to build their business or have the time to do that, then move on to somebody who does, because those are the people you really want to work with, because those are the people who want to, have an interested in growing their business, learning new tools to do that. And if you can become a resource, and for lack of better terms, become their hero on their journey, which is a topic we're talking about right now, which Dennis Miller writes about in his book, and Joseph Campbell, who wrote back in the 50s about the hero's journey. If you've never read that book, I would suggest either reading Dennis Miller's book or Joseph Campbell's book on the hero journey, because it really tells you what your purpose is. And in Nowsite, your purpose is to be a guide. Your job is to be that Sir Galahad's squire along the journey to get to the Holy Grail. That's your job. And if you haven't got somebody who appreciates what your value is and the resources that you can provide them to get to their ultimate goals, if you have to, just tag along and hope they see your value, that may not be the person you want to work with, because a good chance is that 2 to 3 months from now, they're going to go, I don't get this. I'm out of here, and do that.
Now, I'm going to add on to what Steve's saying about your new people coming in. They're not showing us current Nowsite people what they're sending to the new people because they're still working it out. If you have somebody that's just joined in to underneath you, we do it with our people all the time, but they keep constantly changing what the messages that they're sending to the new people, because they keep redefining the avatar and how they want to lay out the next 30 days. So let your people know when you sign them up, hey, this is going to be a 30-day commitment. Nowsite is going to send you bits and pieces of how to work the system over the next 30 days. After 30 days, they're going to also talk to you about more advancements, but you've got to have them engaged in, okay, I've got to sit down and I need to know my ideal client is Michael. My ideal client is Bob. And you've got to define that. So when you see those people, you're going to be able to get there. That's how deep we're getting into finding who our customer base is going to be. And this is what the velocity liftoff is all about. Okay, so those are just a few of the things that Catherine and Steve and I have done so far this week. There's 3 more weeks of this. So when we say they're moving their model, they're also moving our model as well. Okay, so if you are lost, confused, hold your hand up, say something. Don't sit there in the corner, because we don't know. If you have a question, we don't know what. What price would I pay if she joined as a customer? $99. And signed up this week, you get $80 back as a bonus, plus your commission.
This weekend's on Saturday?
This weekend's on the 11th for the bonus of $80.
Yep. So Veterans Day. On doing that. Okay, so that's kind of an update where Nowsite from the corporate side is right now. And as we know, I often use the analogy that Nowsite is like going to the fun house at the carnival, and you never which way know the floor is going to move, because it's always shifting in some direction. And so we try to keep you guys updated. And again, for about the last year, whenever we sign someone up as a sponsor, we're not in the loop about how they're managing them forward.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that check in at least once a week with your new subscriber, and just ask them if they have any questions, or invite them to this call and have them join you here so they can hear what's going on, so we can help them through the process. The whole reason that this user group is created is because we don't want anybody out there on an island trying to figure out how they're going to get rescued. Because
Well
there's,
said.
because there's not, and I've used this analogy and I'm wore out. I got to find a new one. But this is like getting furniture from IKEA. You open up the box and there's no directions. Now, what they're doing now is they are providing directions to help you with the nerds. But again, the other analogy I use all the time, and I got to find a new one, is it's like going to the deli counter, getting your ticket, ordering a sandwich. They make the sandwich behind the counter and they give it to you, and they say, okay, enjoy your meal. They don't tell you how to use it. They don't tell you how it happened. There's no teaching involved. And again, that's what the videos on the resource page at aiwecareteam.now.site are there to review not only how to do it, but why you want to do it and how you use it to do it. So, I mean, and if you still watch the videos, because even then, even though we think we do a good job, we fail too. So, if you do, if you have a question, great. Just book some time with us and we'll go over it with you and we'll try and help you out and get you set up. I mean, I was on a call last night with an Nowsite user who has been a Nowsite user for 4 years. And she and I worked on some stuff last night, and and she'd spent 2 days totally frustrated trying to do 2 things. And I got on a Zoom call with her last night, and in less than a minute, I fixed both of them for her and showed her how to do it.
No struggles.
Because the system is not intuitive. There are certain things on the platform that they're improperly titled, and there's no directions for. Even in any of the walkthroughs, there's no directions at all. So those are the type of things where we can get on a quick Zoom call, 5 minutes, show you how to do it, fix your problem, and say goodbye. That's what we're here for. And then the other thing is, also, if you want us to do training on specific things and you want to learn something a little bit better, we can always set aside 15, 20 minutes of this time every Friday and do a training session right here on that and show you something, what you want to do. It can be as simple as setting up the targeting criteria for prospecting and how you do that. It can be as simple as what goes into a good email campaign and how you do that. Things like, I found this a couple times this week. People were doing SMS campaigns and they don't read the tiny type that says you can only have 160 characters. And they're wondering why it's not working. Well, that's because they wrote out 400 characters. So we have to go in and edit that down so it'll get accepted and get sent out, and doing things like that. So, it's like those type of things, if you run across, or, even if you have someone in your downline who you sponsored and you really don't know the answer, send us a note earlier in the week and we'll cover it in this meeting for you. We'll do that as well and do those things. Again, we're here to help you guys be successful. That's the whole process here in doing that. And, the word's getting out, right, Mary? I mean,
Yeah.
In the last couple of weeks, we've had people that we don't even know. We have no idea that were referred to us by somebody in a whole different line, sponsored, that heard that we can help you get set up and do that. And then, and they're being referred to us. So, I mean, and we don't mind inviting them to these calls or, doing stuff like that for them to get them started. Because, again, you want to take care of those who are in need and want to learn. You really, basically, we owe it to them for that. So, please do that if you have an opportunity to do that, and invite them to this call for that.
And as I put in the chat over here, if you're an adoptee, we don't get to see who you just sponsored or who came in your line. If you want them to subscribe to our page, go into our page. Also, please make sure that you take advantage of the directory. I can't tell you, well, I can tell you, it's not that I can't. We were on just another call, okay? And I messaged somebody, hey, call me because I don't know how to reach you, okay? I should have thought how to reach him, but it didn't click. But the directory is there to help you if you have a need for another service or another something that can be found within the team. Please use the team as a resource. Steve and I get to talk to a lot of y'all as we train you and find out what your business is, but we are also connecting people, but there's also that chance that we miss something that you're looking for and you need somebody on the team to do something. So please look there at the directory. If you're part of our team, you get to do a about me section and then send it over. AI We Care, S Patterson, M Bird. Steve also has We Care, but we're updating the AI We Care page more than we are the We Care. I think, Steve, aren't we?
Yeah, I took that one down. So it's just AI We Care.
I just saw it, so that's the reason I asked.
Yeah.
That's why I dropped the link in, because I went and copied the link from YouTube. We need to get more subscribers so we can have our name up there, I believe.
Although since I started tagging our meetings like this, we've been getting a lot of people watching these meetings, as well as looking at our training tapes, because I've tagged them as well in that. And if you search Nowsite now training, we come up in the top 10.
Yay!
Yes.
You haven't told me that yet.
Yep. So that's starting to happen as well, because we tagged that stuff. So people are searching for, and we've gotten a lot of positive comments, because I'm getting stuff like, thanks for not selling anything and trying to teach us. So that's, there's resources like that. So as long as we can keep YouTube from thinking that Mary and I are cyber bullies.
Yes, we've both been accused of being bullies, and we're talking just like this.
And it's if you look at it, it's a training tape. I mean, it's just us. We aren't talking to anybody. It's just us.
That's scary. What kind of faulty AI is in place there?
I know, right? I'm doing that. So with that, let's open it up for some questions this morning, and or comments, or anything that you see it's working. I can tell you a couple of things. Let me just give you a couple warnings. They are doing a lot of work on the back end, making some changes in the system. So there's been times this week when things don't function. They may not work. Things are doing wrong. One of the things that they're having problems with still, and let me go ahead and cover that, is analytics. Analytics are not showing up everywhere or correct. So, I've got a couple of email campaigns running right now for different people that we've worked on, and it's showing that it's not being sent to anybody, but because I have my email address on it, I know they're going out because I receive them. So again, I think I mentioned this last week, any email campaign you do, please make sure that you put your email address on the list so you can see when it's being sent and what it looks like when it's being received to do that. So make sure you do that. The other thing is, I've had a couple glitches this week with people trying to buy geofencing ads. And it's kind of interesting. I have one client who has 3 email addresses, one that they purchased. So it's legal because you get 2. And when we went to go buy ads, this pop-up came up and said, you've got to delete all your email addresses and figure out which one you want to use. So we're going to be on a call with a nerd this afternoon, because I've already gone back and forth 5 and 6 times. And I said, no, we're going to Zoom on this one, because you're not getting it, because he's not seeing it on his side when he's doing it, but it's happening on our side when we're doing it. So hopefully we'll get that fixed this morning. Frank and I had, again, had to bring out the silver hammer and crank him on the head, but we finally got his email campaign up and running. But, sometimes they just, you guys, please, if you got a problem on your screen, send a screenshot if you're talking to support. The other thing is, copy Mary and I, both of us. When you have an issue, if they see our names on there, right, Frank?
Right.
They answer right away because there's not a day that Mary and I don't go and send at least 4 or 5 messages to support about please fix this or what's going on here. And they know we don't contact them unless it's a problem because they know we've tried to solve it and we've tried to fix it before we reached out to them and doing that. And so please do that. Use this as a resource there as well. Okay. Frank, anything you want to talk about this week?
Well, I didn't know this. Steve has been a great help to me and helped getting my email campaign going. So I'm excited with, what's beginning to happen. So everything they say is what we got to do. If you have a problem, let them know, let Steve or Mary know.
Don't be that, no, remember, no man is an island, right?
Right.
Or no person. Let me be politically correct. No person is an island.
Okay.
Danny, I see your question. Johnny, you raised your hand next.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Just to let you know, I checked with my sponsor this past week about changing the messages with the VA. You do not have to send in a form request. You can actually talk to your VA and send her the message so she knows about it, and she should check and get it. Well, I don't know if she checked and got it approved, but I went in and changed it because she didn't.
Well, just, to comment on that, Frank and I had that same issue and we initially messaged the VA to
Mhm.
make the change. And she came back and said, no, you got to fill out the form and then I'll do it. And she did once the form was put in.
Right.
So again, that form is actually located on the home page of AI We Care team.now.site. It says Sales Pro change form. There's a button there. Click it, fill it out, send it in. Again, remember that the message can only have 300 characters, and that includes the salutation, the signature, and spaces, and any links that you attain to it. And the reason for that is that LinkedIn will only accept a message that has 300 characters.
Yeah.
So just to do that.
Now, just so you know, this came from Linda Vardy,
That's okay.
but I'm just bringing
no.
it up. Just
Right. And Linda is the COO. So
Yeah.
she's the chief operating officer. She's over the VAs along with Cheryl Coco. But depending on who the VA is that you have, how long they've been with Nowsite, how much training they've had with changing a message, or how much they've just gotten in trouble for changing a message. So you've got to understand there's different levels of people that have been associated with Nowsite and currently still, okay? I will still say to this day, I do not have my LinkedIn account back yet. Okay, I cannot get it back. I've gotten other people's accounts back by proving their driver's license. I have sent mine time and time and time again. I think I'm on time number 6 to try and prove I am who I am. Okay, I'm about to the point where I'm going to start a new LinkedIn page. Okay, but that being said, there's pros and cons to both of it. And it also depends on how your message is being delivered and who your message is being delivered to. Okay.
I'd say, safely, I think I would do both, Johnny, in the near term. Now they're supposed to have coming up in the new interface that the next interface of Salesflow. There's going to be that form is going to be embedded in it to do that. And at least that's what we were told. So wait and see on the next iteration of that interface for Salesflow. Okay, Danny, you had a question?
Yes, just a general. I'm getting ready yet again to do some geofencing ads in some medical centers to try to drive buyer traffic to large master plan communities for new home construction.
Mm-hmm.
And is the geofencing ads generally fully functional as it had been watered down?
Yeah,
or?
I use them every month for my business.
Yeah.
I have several clients that use them, and we've gone from like just a 20-mile radius down to actually in Houston, doing the medical district in Houston.
Yeah.
Medical
that.
center.
And the medical center, the medical center area down around Herman Memorial Park, down in that area,
Sure.
in that way. And the results have been good. I mean, we just finished one campaign that we bought 10,000 views for the month, and we actually ended up with 17,000 for the month, which you didn't have to pay for. You know, 7. And we had over 147 website visits, and we had 4 people fill out forms. So that's pretty good. My rate's been pretty good. I get about a 3% return on people that are curious
Yeah.
in doing that. So, you know, you can't, I mean, I actually have licenses on a couple other platforms and I can't buy geofencing for $57 for 10,000 views.
And what business were you marketing?
I have another company that I work with called Intuitive that I own the licensing rights for Texas. And what it is, it's very high end. I call them digital surgical tools, where I can actually geofence down to a door frame, Danny. I mean, you can literally, I have several clients that use those services with me where we geofence their major competitors' doorstep. So anybody who goes through that door gets an ad from their competitor.
And that's what PCP Digital, Patterson Consulting Partners Digital is.
Yeah.
That is his business here. So incorporating Nowsite as a primary, but also having other tools and his expertise, as you'll have learned through his history lesson. I guess we need to write a bio
Yeah.
of everything that he's done prior to this.
So you were marketing.
Yeah. So what my background, Danny, is a lot of people know here is I ran newspaper corporations for about 40 years. And so I have a really in-depth media experience. I also have a master's degree of media management from Kellogg Northwestern as well. So if you want to know about the intricacies of marketing and what makes it work, I can help you out there. I mean, and if you're looking for like stuff like CTV, OTT, I also sell that to my clients. So I can actually target TV commercials by zip code for you, down to, you know, and on Roku, Sling, any of the other streaming channels, we can buy time on there and do that very inexpensively. You'd be surprised. It makes TV affordable for a lot of my clients and doing things like that. But we can also do things like IP address targeting. So if you're looking for specific IP addresses, those are the surgical tools. I mean, I can use all those kind of things. That Nowsite is a gateway. It's great for sole proprietors, small businesses. It has all the tools and everything else. But if you're really going to get, you know, go to the next level, Intuitive provides those kind of tools. We also provide a gateway to an e-commerce solution through here. We also provide very inexpensive lists where you can get them $50 for 1,000. It's actually a list that Frank's using right now. We're doing one of those lists right now for Frank in the Dallas market. So our job is to provide affordable technology, digital technology that the normal small business, mom and pop, sole entrepreneur person can afford and have good results. When you go to Intuitive, those are for my guys. You know, these are the guys who are, most of my clients in that range are $2 million annual revenues plus a year to use those tools, because the minimum buy-in to use those tools is bare bones is $1,500 a month to get started to do that kind of stuff. And so you have to have a pretty sizable marketing budget for me to work. And quite frankly, most of that business, I don't even search out. It's just referred to me, and I do it when it comes through the door. I don't really market it that much because I probably spend 80% of my time on Nowsite with my clients using Nowsite, or providing pro bono services like we do all the time and doing that. So, but I'd also like to give Richard a shout out this morning for being one of our latest clients. Thank you, Richard, for doing that. And we're going to be helping Richard build his program over the next couple months in doing that.
And possibly my wife's too, Steve. So
yes.
I think we'll have another
Absolutely.
customer to throw your way.
All right, just a quick show of hands, because I know Catherine's here, Bob's here. How many people are in Houston or in the area? Okay.
Great.
Like I said at the beginning of the call, mark on your calendars December 1st. It will be Cheryl coming to town to meet, greet, have dinner. I don't have the specific location yet. She's calling me this afternoon. We're going to finalize that. But just as we did in June, host and be the hostesses to the Heights facility. We're going to be the hostess to bring the team in and the rest of Nowsite into Houston and find the right place to do that. It will be a dinner. I'm already working on a caterer. So just understand it's going to be a big event, December 1st. It is a Thursday. It will be in the evening. Okay. Those are the only sure things that I have for right now.
And correct me if I'm wrong. If we have prospective clients,
They can come as
they
well.
can come as well. If you want to invite
It's
somebody.
free.
Okay, so look for that. We'll actually do an email blast when we get the information to everybody who is on the AI We Care team lists. And also our client list will all get an email blast, all that information. And Mary does a great job because I know she'll go into Nowsite, she'll set up a web page, she'll put the directions, she'll put a map in there. We'll be in good hands.
Yeah, it can almost be guaranteed to be December 1, 2022, .now.site.
Yep.
So I gotta go steal it before Cheryl does.
Okay. Any last words? Any other comments? Anything else we can for anybody?
I do have one question, Steve, you don't
Bob.
mind? I don't want to take everybody's time, but I've got a client I just found out about today. He's putting together a $15 million financing program through investors for a school he wants to build for kids. And can we help him with that?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, I'll set up a call then.
Okay,
Lots of
great.
ways.
And if the call is inconvenient, Bob, on my calendar, take a look at Mary's calendar and see if she's got a time that's convenient as well.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to end the recording. Thank you for being here on this